I bet you thought part 1 was all you was gonna get.
It's not.
We're coming part 2, brother.
That's right, part 2.
Part 2 through you.
Right through ya. Is that good?
Yeah.
Is that a joke?
I don't know. I was just saying things.
All right.
We love bots, we do shots, we play with toys, excite the boys. Bots and shots, 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 bots and shots.
Hi there. Welcome to the Unichronicles of Narnia.
And Riddick.
And the Unichronicles of Riddick,
Yeah.
Part 2. If you aren't familiar with where we are, Part 1 recorded like 3 months ago. It
Yeah.
was so long ago now.
4 months ago? Maybe?
Yeah, it was 3. I think we did it in April. I moved. Life happened. He moved. A lot of stuff happened. But we're here now for our next in-person bots and or shots. Except for we're not doing shots because as you can see here, we're doing
Unicron.
It's kind of our soft reopening.
a little soft. We don't want to go hard, especially not with this.
No, I mean, we did a little event earlier today for a local con thing.
That's right. Yeah, if you want to know how we got to this from the unboxing, that's part 1, where we basically we opened it up, we explored it, we explored our feelings.
Yeah, we prodded some holes.
That's right. Yeah, we kind of figured it out.
Yeah.
This is a couple months later. We've both got this now. We've kind of played around with it, if you will. So it's given us a little bit of an advantage. So we kind of know what we're doing, although I think Zach still doesn't.
Yeah, well, I only transformed him the one time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've transformed this at least a couple times,
Yeah.
like 4 or 5 times at this point.
27 times is how many times I've transformed.
I'm just going to keep upping the number.
Yeah.
And the fish was this big. As you can see, this is Unicron in his planet mode.
Yes.
One of the things I do want to point out, unlike last time,
We done fucked up.
yeah, we had the little tail thing here. We figured out how to do it without that.
Yeah, you gotta
plug
it up in there.
Yeah, you gotta take the whole bottom apart and just kind of shove it up in there.
Just get some Vaseline first. Just really kind of wedge it in.
But in our defense,
the instructions don't tell you.
The instructions do not. Not only that, but we weren't the only people to actually make that mistake.
That's fair.
Thu, in his video, did the exact same thing.
Right on.
And that's because the instructions suck.
The instructions.
The instructions struck. Yeah. You'd think for getting a $600 toy, the instructions wouldn't suck, though, right?
Yeah.
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 It's one of my complaints of the figure as a whole.
You'd think a lot of things about this.
Mm-hmm.
As we'll get to.
But yeah, this is my favorite mode for this to be in.
Fair enough.
What about you?
I'm a half and half still.
Yeah?
I like this. I didn't buy the other third party.
Yeah, do you want to bring that out? It's over
we
there.
should do it.
Yeah.
Because you had it prepared.
Yeah.
I'll grab it.
I went through the effort of transforming the Studio Cell 01, whatever we call it. He's like a baby. Look at this thing.
He's a baby.
He's a baby Unicron. Babycron.
Unicron.
This right here in my hand, this is a $400 toy.
Unicron.
Unicron.
And it's not to say that it's not necessarily worth it, because it's
100%.
Its engineering is a marvel.
Yes, and just spoiler alert, I brought this out so I could show you in planet mode, but I'm not going to be transforming this because it took me an hour and a half to get it here, and I will do more of a comparison on my channel, not like on my normal videos. This is a bots and shots.
Yeah.
And we're focusing on Unicron.
The big one
here. Yeah. So yeah, I mean, thoughts on planet mode here.
I like it. It's big, it's bulky, it's what you want it to be. You definitely need the stand for this.
100%.
He is a hefty boy.
He's a big boy.
dude.
He's very heavy.
He weighs, he's built at about 20 pounds, and he feels at about 20
Yeah,
pounds.
100%.
Especially if you're trying to lift him at a perilous angle.
Yep.
And you're just like, oh, I'm going to casually lift this expensive toy. No.
Barring one or two small steps, he's not a scary transformation.
Yeah, there's a couple parts that are a little, and I feel like that varies per figure. There's just certain times the ratchet stiff click where you're just like,
Yes,
is this the end?
there are
Is
some
this the
stiff
end?
ratchets, for
Yeah.
sure.
Is this the end?
Yep. This is the end.
Like that movie was.
Like the movie, yeah. The stand is a necessary component for this and for transformation.
Mm-hmm.
It's not necessary in robot mode, and we'll get into that, but it's helpful. It's helpful.
Yeah.
Because one of my biggest problems with this, I think when after our part one, I think I sat in our living room with this on the table and just gawked at it. Because I had no idea. I had no idea what to do. Like, it was just so big. I didn't know where I was going to put it.
I was just getting in to figure out where I was going to put it, and then we found a new apartment we're going to live in, so I had to rediscover where I'm going to put it after that. And the ideas I had to put it that I never got to because we were going to move didn't work. So I had to find another place to put him, which was the problem.
Yeah, I had a spot for him, and then I realized that spot was not big enough.
Yeah.
Even a little bit.
Yeah, I don't think you properly conceptualize.
Nothing
a
prepares
27
you for how big this is. This is taller than 27 inches here.
Well, the other thing, but like if you do the robot mode,
Right.
Like even if you factor in the height or whatever, you still have to imagine the wings are going to come out farther than. Like,
Yes.
Like whatever you think it's going to fit in, add like 5 more inches on each side just in case, because you have no idea how the wings are going to go. Anything.
Absolutely. And the other part isn't even the bot itself. It's the stand.
Yes.
The stand is so deep. Like, none of my shelves can properly hold this stand.
Like, it was quoting Scottish poetry at me. It is so deep.
It's so deep. It's that deep.
It's deep.
It was... That was good. I like that.
It's a deep.
That was so deep.
stand.
This is like...
This is a deep stand.
This is so deep, it's like... It's elbow deep. Into the deep state.
Yeah. Like James Joyce, just
100%. Yeah. This is some Robert Frost shit right here.
Like the one time I make a literary joke and Lily's gonna be like, what?
This is some Emily Dickinson shit.
Dickens shit.
Emily Dickens shit.
This is the Emily Dickens shit.
Now available on Apple TV streaming. So this is Unicron, and he is arguably too big.
Yes.
He's just too big. I want him. This is why I bought him, for this mode right here. And I legitimately have no idea where I'm going to put him in this mode. So it's forcing me to display him in robot mode.
Yes. I actually thought of a solution for mine, but it's still in robot mode.
That's fair.
You
gotta hang it from the ceiling?
No, I have a corner shelf. So if you corner shelf it, these points go off the edge into the corner gap, and this goes off to it.
Look at you.
Yeah.
This is still a very fun gimmick. I can't reach around. I can't get to reach around and do it. There we go. Have you seen the third-party add-ons to go inside to change the color?
Yeah, they look pretty cool.
It looks pretty cool because I mean, granted, the color's a little off right there. It does look like a big butthole. That's fun.
I feel like when the designers were finishing the deco on this, they were kind of debating just from cost things. Hasbro's the cost cut kings.
Even though we paid for this.
But still, the cost cut kings. But I feel like their whole thing was just like, okay, what mode do you think people are going to display it in most?
Yeah.
And I think they jumped to robot mode.
And kind of what gets me about the cost saving thing is it didn't even only just make its goal. It blew past its goal. It was I think it was 2 or 3 times its original goal at the end there.
Right.
So they had extra money to play with. They didn't have to, I don't think they had to cut any corners.
But it's Hasbro, so they will inevitably be like,
they'll cut those. They will cut those corners.
How can we save a little bit?
Let's pocket that money.
Yeah, like a little bit.
Yeah.
And this is why no one at Hasbro will employ us.
That's right. The Hasbro never returns my calls when I'm like, "Hey, Daddy Hasbro, come give me some free stuff." They never do. But I mean, look at this 360. I just wanna pull this all the way around here. This looks good. Like it looks good. It's a good circle.
I feel like this point just like grazed under your nose.
So close. It is a perfect circle, maybe, if you will.
Mm-hmm. Like so perfect that Maynard James Keenan is going to front the band.
That's right.
Yeah.
And cover some failure songs.
Yeah.
Say hello. Yeah. So I don't really think there's anything more to say about this. Let's
because we got into this before.
Yeah.
So let's just
let's clear up the table and let's cheers and let's transform.
Let's break some expensive toys.
So when I was packing this up to move, my watch gave me like at least 6 minutes of exercise time from transforming this.
Yeah, of course.
So step one is to take the rings off. Yes. So up here we're gonna snap. There it is. There we go.
Which side?
It snaps. It comes like forward backwards.
Okay. That's what it was.
Right here, like that.
Okay. It's been a while since I've had it.
It's been a while. What we're gonna do first is we're gonna turn these into the wings.
Oh, we're starting with wings?
Yeah, why not? Let's go ahead and turn it into the wings. So I know it comes off this little thing right here and straightens up and turns around.
I have not done this before.
I know it's Does
this piece come apart?
Where is it? Hold on, the other side.
This.
Make it look like this.
Make it look like what?
Oh, it's this part. Yeah, it's this part right here.
This part comes off.
This part it pulls straight back. There you go, like that. And then you kind of want to flip it around and straighten everything out.
You want to flip it around.
I mean, that's why I said it.
But you want to flip it around.
I mean, I do. That's why I said it.
But you want to flip it around.
I know. That's why I said it. And then this thing goes this way, and that comes up there, and there. I did it. What do you think?
Is that a thing?
Just make yours look like mine.
I'm trying. I'm drinking like all day.
So this right here turns around. This part right here.
That's
like
right.
That. That's right. You got it. And just kind of straighten. Yeah, you got it. Like that.
That's it.
And then this part goes around. It goes like that. There we go.
And it plugs into the
Yes, you got it. You got it. You got it. Yeah. And then that part comes up like that. There you go. Now we got it. Then you stick it right in the butt.
And then we plug it back in, and Unicron is
and Unicron's done. What do you guys think? See you next time. Next, what we're gonna do is we have to get the four halves apart.
We do the foldies at the beginning, right?
Yes. All right, and then everything folds in onto itself.
Unto itself.
Unto itself. It makes like a sort of like a taco shell kind of situation.
A fancy nacho display.
Yeah.
Like the one would get at the movies.
Who gets nachos at the movies? Do you guys get nachos at the movies? Because I don't get nachos at the movies. I refuse to get nachos at the movies. There we go. I win! There, he's done. What do you think?
It's also kind of nerve-wracking playing with not yours.
I understand. If you break mine, I'm just going to take yours.
Is this right?
Yeah, no, it's right.
Then you just tuck it back.
You just tuck it back.
I'm inside him. That's what I said to my ex-husband.
What?
I never knew where to set these.
Yeah, well, you know that's one of the problems with this is these things they're just in the way.
They're just flopping.
They just hang out and they're in the way.
Oh, I didn't pull the bottom off yet.
That's what you did wrong.
That's what I do. Right
now, it definitely has Technodrome vibes.
Yes, that was like my favorite toy as a kid.
Yeah, mine too.
Like everything. Like I feel like you were either the kid that had the Ghostbusters Firehouse,
yes,
or you had the Technodrome.
I had the Technodrome.
My friend had I was the same. I was the Technodrome kid. My buddy had the firehouse.
I remember for me, it was like a perfect thing because I saw the commercial for it. It was my birthday.
Yeah.
I got a bunch of money, and I saw the commercial for it, and I go, Mom, I want that. And she said, oh, well, we'll go to the toy store, and maybe you can spend your birthday money on it. Went to the toy store. It was sitting right on the shelf.
And your mom's just like, that's more birth than you have for birthday money. We'll try again next year.
No, I don't know if I had enough money or if they fronted some of it. It was the 90s money, so it might have, I don't know, what did it retail for? $50?
I feel like your parents definitely fronted you on
$60?
that one.
How much did that thing cost? All right,
Next
did
step.
you get all filled up? Okay, next step we have to
that hanging thing.
yeah.
The hanging
Next step
shads.
we're gonna take the bottom and top off. So you have to unplug it from, and I got the bottom here.
Just like the 2000 election, there's some hanging chads.
Hanging Chads. I had a friend named Chad. Oh, you met him.
And boy, was he hanging.
Oh yeah, that guy would not stop hanging. We were all like,
His wife's
we were like,
great.
Chad, stop hanging.
Yeah. Hey, Chad.
Hey, turn off the door. Hey, Chad.
Hey, Chad. Stop your hanging and turn off the door.
And I think what we have to do is unplug his crotch. There it goes. The first time I was doing this, I was freaking out because it's scary. It's real scary. So yeah, these all kind of fold in on themselves. I think this comes back in here.
Again, just like my marriage.
And yep. What marriage? You keep talking about a marriage.
We were married, bro.
To who?
Each other.
Since when?
I don't know. 2000.
Is this part of the lore?
Yeah. I mean, we're establishing canon, right?
Is this on the wiki?
Yeah. And there was that time that mikekaess tried to steal your identity.
Am I Boba Fett?
Allegedly.
Allegedly. And then yeah, let's get a flip around kind of there. I think we're doing this a little bit out of order, but it's okay.
Because we got to pull the arms
We have
out.
to pull the arms out. So let's go ahead and do that. You hold. This is why two people. It's important to do this two people.
Like you can do this one person.
you can.
As we both have, but
it's easier without. All right. So I'm gonna.
Because it's good to have someone to hold the flaps.
Split the arms.
Come on, Solomon, split the difference. Is it Solomon?
There it goes.
Was it Solomon that cut the child in half?
Yes.
Right on.
Right arm.
Nice. That's the side I think.
Okay, and then next what we're gonna do is we're gonna put the arm up into the top, and we're gonna do that because to get the arm out of the way, you have to move it, and it's on a very heavy ratchet. So if you plug it in first, you don't have to worry
about trying to spring. That is the scariest joint.
It's so loud.
And it's like you feel like you're about to break it and have to consult Hasbro.
Yeah. Dear Mr. Hasbro. Next we're gonna do the legs. Let's flip them around here.
Yeah.
So
show everybody at home.
This is what it looks like. Well, basically, get out of the way of the camera.
We're basically done.
Yeah. This is what it looks like inside. All we've done at this point is remove the kibble, the sphere. He's a shell former.
So basically, he sucks his own dick, but opposite.
Yeah, he just tucks everything back behind him and wraps a circle around him.
Like when I die, I want someone to break me in half like this and put me in a garbage can and bury me somewhere, so that when they find my body, they're like, "What the fuck was this?
What even is this? All right.
Is this a mafia hit?
Why does he look like this? All right.
My potato chips fell apart on this side.
Oh no! Oh wait, we have to get the butt. It's the butt flap. Hold on, let's get the head comes off. It actually comes off in the box. Like you have to put it on separately.
Yeah.
Get his butt flap down.
Oh yeah.
It's the butt flap.
Step 45. Butt flaps.
Butt flaps. There we go. Now I can lower, and then this plugs into the side right there. Oop.
Okay.
All right.
In theory, I have done it.
And then let's straighten his kibble out. There. Now.
There is
Unicron. Kibblecron. All right. The hardest part for me, the first time I was doing this, is the legs. Let's do it around this way. Because the legs have a specific way to go about this. This comes down.
First.
Yeah. The toes unfold. They unfurl. He's got curly toes because he got a good time. They unfurl. The back kibble goes in first.
This thing down first. This little safety strap.
Yes.
Yeah, right?
Yes. It's this part first. There we go. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. There we are. So everything kind of snaps in on itself there. There we go.
And then you can snap it. Little bit snap in right there.
Yeah. And then this comes up and clips into like the bottom like that.
That holds the base of the Cheeto.
That's right.
Of the Dorito.
Now the hardest part I had was the next part of the kibble. Because you have to like get it up and in. And then just give it a good old press. A good old fashioned, you have to make sure everything is tucked in right. And then just, there it goes.
So I lift it up a little bit higher, right?
And then, yeah, you gotta kind of press on both sides. And, yeah, just like that. There you go.
And then you wrap this around.
Yep.
And I believe that's one of the steps they don't really show you.
They don't. I had to watch videos on how to do this properly. All right, now let's
It's a little bit higher on my side. There he is. He's doing it.
all right.
And he's done.
I love these ratchets right here. And then we'll do the hands here. So then these
This is the part on mine.
push
that,
in.
That exact one would
Yeah.
not push.
There you go.
So mine was, I was freaking out like, oh shit, am I broken?
And then lastly,
Let's get the thumbs out.
yeah, thumbs out, buns out. And then we put on the head. And I'll form the head.
I noticed you have the battle damage head.
I did. I think I did that before I moved, and then just never
Switch it back.
never fixed it. Yeah. So he comes with. Remember, let's talk about this real quick. He can transform with the head on, as you can see. We had it on there.
Yeah.
Pretty much the whole time, but he doesn't come that way. The head comes off very easily. The face plate, there is a battle damaged one and a regular one. But the weirdest part to me are the eyes.
Yeah.
Why?
Because they only work like this. Like they don't work with the faceplate on.
No, you can't see anything with the faceplate on. It's really weird. It's something you can only see. Let me get this closer since we could do this. It's something you can only see when there's no faceplate on, because when the faceplate's on, so that's the regular faceplate, and you can't see the eyes back there. Like I'm moving it back and forth, but you can't see anything. It's really dumb.
Blocks it out. We gotta attach the wings too. But.
Oh yeah, we have to do that. No, we have to do that now.
Yeah. So
Let's
here
attach
it
the
is.
wings.
Very nearly done.
Very nearly done, but not quite. And then let's see, that goes in that
Do
way.
you prefer it kind of receding inward or outward?
Oh no, yeah. You have that one. I'll take this one. Good call.
Because I imagine it's just for preference.
It is. Alright. And then it just turns like so.
That was another part that freaked me out. Like,
Sure.
am I supposed to do this
Yeah.
way? There he is.
There he is.
He's winging it.
He's doing it, Peter. He's playing with us. Yeah, a problem I have with mine is his arms don't like to stay.
Oh, I was just giving
down.
him the one thumbs up to be like.
I mean, like they don't like to stay like
like
that. Yeah, 2 thumbs up. Whoa, finger guns. Yeah. Well, he holds it surprisingly well for being how like hefty he is. Yeah.
There you go.
There we go. Oh yeah, that's the stuff right there.
Saucy boy.
That's a little saucy. So we're gonna get behind the camera again, and then we'll talk.
Yeah,
we'll talk.
We'll talk.
We'll talk. Whew! That was an endeavor.
Yeah. Not our worst, but definitely not our best.
It's true. So this is Unicron in his robot mode.
We could definitely say doing it this way was a lot faster than doing it solo.
Absolutely.
It took me at least a solid half hour the first time.
It took me longer because there are a couple steps that I was so worried about breaking him that I was doing it so like super slow, and I had to go like watch videos. So like if you take the whole thing, the first time I transformed him probably took me an hour.
Yeah. And then you're sitting there by yourself holding, because when you're doing the legs, the panels flop around, especially the backpack piece.
Yes.
So it's definitely helpful, like how I was holding his panels while you were rotating some stuff around.
So this guy's basically like 5 major pieces. Each of these leg kibble parts right here are like 2/4 of a hemisphere. So we have top hemisphere, bottom hemisphere, fourth, top hemisphere, bottom hemisphere, fourth, and then the whole back here. The entire back is essentially the circumference of the sphere. It all
you have
splits apart.
The globe of Unicron,
and it all fits onto his hefty backpack here.
Yes.
So let's show the back off here.
It's definitely this back off. It's a bit of a jack off.
It is not pretty. Unicron is not going to be winning any beauty awards with this.
I feel like he kind of falls into their later masterpiece categories where it's like, fuck
back,
it, who's going to display who's the back?
This is actually how I was planning on displaying my Unicron.
Yeah, you talked about it. He's like, what if he was destroying everything
backwards?
Off camera?
Off camera. What I do like about it looks good from the front, it looks bad from the back, but they never hid that.
No.
Like,
up front, they were like, this is what it is.
They were very clear about what the back was going to look like when they showed it off at San Diego Comic-Con, when we went to go see it at that preview night.
Yes.
Like, you could see how much kibble was on this guy.
Yes.
You know, at no point was anyone surprised that he had a lot of kibble on him. Or if you were, I feel like that's really on you.
Yeah.
You know?
And I feel like there are people online who have figured out ways to take off all the parts.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, you can unscrew it. And there's actually, I think there's a kit you can buy so that you can have the planet in planet mode and then also him in robot
Like it comes with extra wings and bits.
Yeah. So you can kind of have 2 different modes by buying a couple extra parts. It seems like a lot of work, and it's work I'm never ever going to do.
Yes.
But it is something you can do if you want.
I appreciate the tenacity of those that do, because I will not do it.
No, never. But yeah, it definitely was a thing when this came out of people. The part of the reason why we have this big back right here is that gimmick of that opening and closing maw. Because it pretty much, I think it kind of forced their hand.
Because you had to have a solid panel.
Yeah, you have to have a solid mechanism to do that. And you really can't like fold that away.
Because how does it work on the other one?
On the other one, let me grab that real quick here.
Yeah.
I'm not going to transform him, like I said.
It'll take us literally an hour.
It will. This took us less than a half hour to do, but this one will take us longer. But the way he's laid out here, this part is his chest. His arms are this part right here, and his legs are this part right here. And he's sort of just kind of...
You're touching the taint of the Kron.
Yes.
Taintacron.
This is Taintacron. This is Unicron's taint right here. And he just kind of folds his legs up and around. And they do a good job of hiding all the kibble.
I mean, that thing is a marvel of engineering.
It is. And the robot mode is definitely a lot larger than the alt mode here.
Because he's a guy kind of folded up.
Yeah.
Onto himself.
Yeah, whereas this guy is a folded up guy with a shell around him. This one is a guy folded up and just kind of spread apart. Yeah. Like kind of like how a Cobra, like the hood comes out, but it's always there. It's always tucked back.
He's a good job. He's good at tucking it back.
Exactly. He's good at tucking.
He's a good tuck.
He's a good mother tucker. Whereas big ol' Unicron here is not a good tucker. No. He does tuck though. He Friar tucks. Go for the glory tuck.
Oh, okay.
Tuck fin. There we go. I'm trying to do a literary reference.
You're almost there.
So I did Robin Hood, but then I feel like Mark Twain is probably a little bit more classic Americana.
I think you just confused your references, but you're doing great.
I literally have no idea what I'm talking about.
Right on.
So now that you have one, you've had it for a while. Is it worth it?
I feel like that was the question we were leading up to when you proposed doing this.
Yes.
This week.
Yes, it is.
I'm gonna say, honestly, barely.
Barely.
Just barely worth it. And he's definitely not worth more than this.
I agree.
Like, if
agree.
I had missed out on this,
Yeah.
and I had to buy him for $1,200, $1,400,
He's going for it, yeah.
no way in the fucking world is it worth that.
The only way it's worth that is if you're one of those people that knows that this guy was a one-of-a-kind, like once in a lifetime kind of thing, and you just really fucking love Transformers.
Yeah, and in particular, this character or the movie.
Right.
Or
Like, this is the only real movie official Unicron they've ever made. They've made Unicrons before, but it wasn't like this.
If you missed this, go for that.
Yes. Well, this is only a little bit less. Well, it's a little bit less in terms of.
But you can still get.
But you can still get, and I think they actually just released a repaint of this with a different color scheme. Yeah. So you can definitely still get this. He has light up features, which this one does not. And that's another thing is I really do feel like they could have put light up feet, light up eyes, light up chest. I don't know. There's things they could have done to given us. I know it feels like I'm complaining about them not giving us a gimmick, but for $575, I
definitely felt like there was a little something missing.
I agree. I think there's just something missing. It would have been cool if they had some kind of voice box, have him say lines from the movie, have his eyes light up, something like that. Because right now, like you said, this is just barely worth the $575.
I feel like what made it slightly worse was, I mean, like, it's fine. Like, I have mine in robot mode like this. I'm not gonna buy that one also because I already bought this one.
A normal person doesn't need both.
I didn't go for both.
Yeah.
But I understand why you would want to, and I understand that this one should be planet mode and that one should be robot
yes,
mode.
the star of this is the robot mode. The star of this is the planet mode.
And if you're gonna buy only one, this guy is good in this mode if you're only doing that one guy.
Yeah.
But it was is an impulse buy. This was barely worth it. But if you had given me time to think about it, like real time, like you had said, this is going to come out a year from now, and you don't have to pay for it until a year later. I don't know that I would have done it.
Yeah.
In retrospect.
Yeah, we did have kind of a limited time. Like you only get a month or two. It was like 2 months or whatever.
Especially because this wasn't out or announced for very long, or before that. So
no, they were announced about the same time.
Yeah, but if this one had like properly come out right before this, wouldn't have bought it.
Yeah.
I definitely understand Hasbro's trying to shut that thing down versus this.
Yeah.
But in terms of sheer scale, this guy is kind of worth it for that. Like,
yes.
He is a big boy.
He's the biggest Transformer, right? That's the thing. He's the biggest Transformer ever made.
And it's also because having I sold the Fort Max. Right. I haven't sold it yet. So like it's still there and it's not too much smaller than this. But the heft difference is the thing.
Yeah.
Like Fort Max is hollow.
He's hollow.
And so is the Metroplex that precedes it.
Which was basically the same figure.
This thing is not a hollow figure.
No.
It's a hefty boy.
Yes. Yeah, there aren't, like, the back of it isn't hollow like they do with a lot of the Transformers. Like, it is solid all the way through.
He's a solid boy, and you don't need the stand for him to stand like
No,
this.
we can take it off the stand, and it will still stand just fine.
But I live in California where earthquakes happen, so
for sure.
he's staying on the stand.
I mean, for this, I feel like we could, if we want to show it off.
Yeah, if you want to.
Yeah. Let me get the
cell out the way.
The cell out of the way here.
Move, cell. Get out the way.
Get out the way, cell. Get out the way. All right, and then
hold the base.
Hold the base. Pleasure in your base.
Now I will mount to the base. Oh, everyone!
Yes, use the stand. Without the stand. So I do say without the stand, he doesn't feel as big.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Like the stand, weirdly enough, even though it's between his legs, it adds a lot more depth and width.
And it's at the base.
Yeah. Because this is, like I said before, this is a hefty ass stand. Look at this thing. Like, this thing is ridiculous. This thing is like it's a weapon that you can kill someone with in Clue, in the observatory.
So now I know if your wife is bludgeoned to death, what happened.
What happened to the stand of your Unicron?
She was murdered with some kind of hammer. What could have done it? We didn't find a hammer in this place. And then I go...
And the answer is...
Unicron. And then the bottom, I don't think we showed those off before, but the bottom does hold the other chin.
And he becomes bottom standard.
Yeah, and then, yes, he does. I like this.
I do too.
I like this. I don't want to dog on it too much. It's not perfect by far.
Yes.
If you had to give it a score, let's say out of 5.
Out of 5?
Out of 5.
Can we go to 10?
Why?
I feel like
We just reduce your fractions. Just take your... Oh, give it out of 10 and I'll just have it. And I'll have it out of 5.
No, but what I'm saying is that like out of 5 is like 4 and 5 stars are obvious. But it's somewhere about the 7 to 10 spectrum is when things get really serious. Like people are like, oh, she's a 7 out of 10. Or,
okay,
oh,
give it out of 10.
He's a 4 out of 5.
Give it out of 10.
Out of 10, I'm gonna say an 8. Or it's a 7.5. Because I feel like he's almost there. Like the price was bad, which knocked it down a peg. But he's really hefty. He's heavy. He actually can pose and bend really well.
You can.
He's got some.
He's got really thick, meaty thighs here.
Yeah. He definitely did not skip calf day.
No, he did not. His calves. He's like like Popeye with his like.
Yeah.
You know, but it goes straight to his calves. So what you're saying is a 3.75 out of 5. Got it. Thank you.
Yeah, but that's not as fun.
It's the same thing.
But it cheapens it a little.
It's the same thing. It's 3.75 out of 5 is a 7.5.
It cheapens it a little bit.
All right.
It cheapens it a little bit.
I would agree with your score. I would agree with that. I think maybe I would score it just a smidge lower. Like I would probably do like a 3.5 out of 5 or 7 out of 10. Yeah.
7.
I'm glad I own it. I think it looks great on the shelf. I wish it were better. I wish it came with a few more things. I wish he had some gimmicks, some better gimmicks. I wish that he like his accessories. He comes with just some really small, weird ass accessories. Like the tiny Rodimus and Galvatron.
They're afterthoughts.
Way afterthoughts.
And changed versus their original.
Yeah. He comes with a little Autobot shit.
Little arc.
The little arc thing. I wish he'd come with also like more of that.
Like
a little screw thing.
Nemesis.
The little screw thing. Or like even better, I wish he'd come with like little Autobots that you could like plug into like his face or his eye to have him come out of the eye.
It would have been cool to give him like his eye separately because in season 3 they
steal the eye. Or like a tiny Grimlock that you can put on his butt.
Yeah,
you know.
I want a slag burn in his butt.
Exactly. I want stuff like that could be small, but they're fun little flavor pieces. Mm-hmm. I'm glad he came with an alternate beat up face. I'm glad he came with an alternate beard. But I think he should have come with more. I think he should have had some light up and sound gimmicks. I'm okay, weirdly enough, with the kibble. I really am.
Like I don't like it, but I'm not distressed by it enough to remove it.
For what they were going for with this, there's not many ways that you could turn a circle into a dude without going with this the studio cell. I can't speak. The studio cell.
Studio C.
And that was almost the same price as this, and it's half the size, if not even a third of the size.
Yeah.
His robot mode comes up to here.
Yeah.
You know, so it's not that big. He's very small compared to, and his price point isn't that far away.
Yeah, realistically.
So if they'd done that the same size as this, he'd be like $800.
His price point per the initial price point of this.
Correct.
I mean, it does suck for the people that were a little bit too young or weren't super into Transformers before this came out.
Sure.
And then they missed the window by like a year or two.
Yeah.
That's a bit of a bummer.
Because you're never going to get this.
For them, I feel bad for the people that just refused to jump on the train and regretted it later or whatever.
If you are ever hesitant about getting any Haslab project, just get it.
Yeah, because if you don't like it, you can sell it.
Just sell it for more than you bought it for.
Yeah.
And that's not scalping.
No, in retrospect, I almost feel like I should have bought 2.
Yes, same. You would have paid for.
I could have sold one for only $1,000.
Yes, and still made money. Yeah, exactly. And before people jump on, you guys are talking about scalping. We're very anti-scalpers, but that's not scalping.
It's a made-to-order product,
and you cannot scalp a made-to-order product because they make as many as people buy.
Yeah,
that's it.
And I mean,
you're not taking anything away from buying 5 of these because they made 5 extra.
And the unfortunate unfortunate truth is if you just missed the boat because you were too young, you got into collecting,
or you just didn't know about it.
Yeah, like that's unfortunate, but it's still technically not scalping.
And well, it's not any different from like, you know, you're just getting Transformers now and you want to put like a G1 Optimus Prime in your collection, and you have to buy, you have to spend a bunch of money because they don't make it anymore. It's not different from this. Once the windows close, they don't make this anymore. It is automatically subject to aftermarket prices the same way as any other retro figure is.
It sucks, but that's the truth.
It sucks, but it's the truth of the matter. But it's not scalping because no one is having one taken away from them because you decide to buy 5. In fact, if anything, the more you buy, the better it is because it increases availability.
Yeah, exactly. Because then you're throwing more out there.
You're throwing more out there.
If you choose to sell your extras and then they resell the ones they buy from you later,
if there's enough to meet demand, it's going to naturally lower the price.
Yeah.
On top of that, the more you buy, the more likely it is to get made or have extras added on, which increases the value again.
And I guess that's what kind of sucks is the people that decried this early on. They said, no, they don't want to do this. By them not jumping into it, they've actually made the market worse.
Yes, exactly.
For it. Because
the people that changed their mind afterwards. Yep.
Because then it removes stuff from the pool and then threw more cost into the people that wanted to buy it.
Absolutely. You're increasing the demand without increasing the supply.
Yeah.
And that is how that makes.
Yeah.
That works.
I like him.
I like him too. I'm glad I have him. I have absolutely no plans to sell this ever. I would probably sell the studio one before I sold this one.
Yeah. Well, like this one's more of a collector's
item. It is. This is a collector's piece.
Yeah. Like, you know, it's definitely going to be one of those pieces that if you ever met anybody 5-10 years from now that's still in the collecting video, whatever,
you're like, oh, whoa, you've got a Unicron? Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, in reality, they only made like, how many did they buy? 8,000, 10,000, 12,000? So like, that's not a lot.
Yeah. So they might have made a few more hundred on their own for part pieces and or replacement pieces and just master collection pieces.
Yeah.
For like, you know, richer people.
So realistically, there's less than 20,000 of these.
Oh yeah. I'd say it's probably like 13 to 15,000 total because there's a few that are just probably in storage, doing whatever.
Yeah. Let us know, what do you think of our new setup? Yeah. I like it. Yeah. I think it's neat.
Yeah, it's definitely another room.
Yeah, it is. We're in a new toy room. This is the first Bots and Shots, a new toy room. These lights are hot as balls. This thing was a lot of work to transform, and I am sweating my ass off.
He's a sweaty spaghetti.
I am, and you can't even see us because this guy is so fucking big.
Yeah, the answer is Unicron.
The answer is Unicron. Kill the Grand Poobah.
Eliminate even the
toughest stains. Well, we got plans for more episodes.
Officially.
Bots and Shots is not going anywhere.
Yeah, we talked a big game earlier, but we both moved.
We did. Yep, absolutely.
We're back on track.
We got stuff going on. We got things in the works. It was good to have a little break, though. I feel like,
I feel a little bit more recharged.
Yeah. It gave us a little time to build up our collections more with new stuff. I think ultimately it's good, but thank you for hanging with us. I'd like to take a moment and thank these people here on screen for supporting us on Patreon at a Bots and Shots level or higher.
You're the best, baby.
You guys, these are the real MVPs right here because they help get the show made. They help support us. Well, they help support me, and basically this goes to buy alcohol.
It gets hot and lonely in the cage it keeps me in, and you are affording me an air conditioner.
That's exactly what's happening here. So thank you so much to the people that support the channel financially. It means a lot to us.
And to the rest of you that support us spiritually,
we still like you too. We still love you to death.
Thank you for everyone who does like our stuff, who does all whatever. We're still alive.
We're still alive. There's still more content coming from us, and we look forward to seeing you then. But with that, we'll see you later. Say bye, Zach. Bye. Bye.